another thought on this issue with the NBA and China. At this point, all of the NBA's Chinese partners, according to CNN, all of them have now cut ties with the NBA because of one tweet sent by one guy that works for one team. One tweet saying, "Fight for freedom," sent by one employee on one basketball team, has led to all this. I read somewhere that the NBA stands to lose like $1 billion. $1 billion they stand to lose because of this one tweet. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. Think about how China is reacting to one tweet sent by one guy in Texas. They're just coming down like an avalanche of bricks. They're coming down on the NBA for this. And even though the NBA is groveling and apologizing and licking their boots, it's still they're being punished. Now you think about that. Now consider what it must be like to actually live as a citizen in this country, entirely subject to the whims of the communist government. Imagine if you were a citizen who sent out that tweet. China has brought all of its forces to bear to punish the NBA, multi-billion-dollar American company. Now think about if you're just a lowly Chinese citizen expressing your free speech rights, which of course you don't actually have free speech rights in China, and that's exactly the point. So, in conclusion, communism is bad, folks. Communism is very, very, very bad. Not just bad in practice, not just bad when instituted incorrectly, which just so happens to be every single time it's been instituted, according to some people, it's always incorrect. It's never the real communism. But no, that's not, see, communism is bad to its core. It is bad in theory. It is bad in practice. It is bad as an idea. It is bad as a policy. It is bad all around because there is no room for freedom in communism. And that's the point, as we are clearly seeing. Freedom and communism are in two different directions. Freedom is that way and communism is that way, going in two different directions. Now, I know that this should all be obvious. It's not, I'm not the first person to point out that communism is bad. But it does unfortunately need to be pointed out because it seems that it's not obvious to a lot of people in this country. According to any survey that's been done recently on the subject, a large percentage of millennials, I read one survey that claimed it was like half of millennials, 50% around there, have a positive view of communism. So that's why we have to point to this and state the obvious, that here's what communism is. This is why it's a terrible thing. That doesn't mean that capitalism is flawless, that there are no problems with it that you could point out. Of course there are. It is a human system. It's a human economic system, and so it's going to be flawed. And there are going to be downsides to it. That's the way it is with any human institution or human system. But communism is evil to its core. Hey, you. You right there. Hit the subscribe button right now. Do it right now. I thank you for your compliance. It's somewhat appreciated.